this pathetic planet from the face of the galaxy.
The Force fights with me!
Get on those gun turrets!
Bring her to me.
All Republic forces, pull back!
It is too late to retreat, Admiral. There is no escape for us.
You are strong, child, but I will break you.
I'll never fall to the dark side.
This is but a taste of the dark side.
Hey folks, welcome to Let's Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. My name is Burning Earth Chris, and I'm going to be your pilot tonight. So, Knights of the Old Republic. This is one of my favorite Star Wars video games ever. Quite possibly my absolute favorite, aside from the sequel, Knights 2. It was released in, I believe, 2003, 2002, somewhere around that time frame. And it takes place 4,000 years before the events of the original Star Wars. So, it gave BioWare, the developers, creative freedom, and it allowed them to pursue the story that they wanted to pursue. And I think that they did a very, very good job of it, because this game, it's still being talked about today. It caused such a ripple effect in the Star Wars fandom that it's still being talked about today. So, this is an RPG, so your choices, whatever you say and do, everything that you say and do will have some sort of consequence. So do keep that in mind. So with that said, I'm going to try to stick to a primarily canon route, and with a couple of exceptions. There are two mods that I downloaded for this game. So one is called the KOTOR Restoration mod. So that restores a lot of the content that was originally cut from this game, and it'll essentially give us a deeper look into the game as it was meant to be. The second mod is actually called Brotherhood of Shadow, and it actually introduces two new storylines into the game. One is called Brotherhood of Shadow, and the other one is called Solomon's Revenge. So I had never experienced playing with these mods before, so I'm actually pretty excited to get into this. So let's go with the new game. So you get three different classes and two genders here. So one's male, one's female. So scoundrels are skill-based characters. Scouts kind of have a more of a focus on skills and feats, and it's something of a balance between the scoundrel and the soldier. And the soldier class is essentially a combat fighter. I'm gonna go with the scoundrel. So I'll create a custom character. If you do a quick character, then all your abilities will get selected for you. So I'm gonna go with a custom character, because I like having control over, you know, what I get to do. So choose a portrait here. I'll go with this one. Attributes, okay. So attributes essentially tell you what your character's strengths and weaknesses are. So strength is good for melee weapons, dexterity is good for blaster weapons, constitution is good for your health, intelligence is good for your skill points, wisdom is for force powers and such, and charisma leans more towards persuasion and their ability to lead. So as you can tell, these are all set at a number of 8. If we increase that to say 10, then we'll notice that this little modifier here turns neutral. So if any of these skills are set at 8, then you'll get a -1 modifier. So that's not good. We don't want that. So I'm gonna set all of my skills up to 10. So that'll negate any negative impact there. that would be my recommendation, but again, you can set up your character however you want to. I'm gonna go with a character with a high skill set and decent strength as well. So let's see, what else can I do here? Dexterity adds modifiers to increase the character's defensive rating. That looks good. Maybe I'll bring up my intelligence a little bit more. I think that'll be okay for now. Oh, I got one more left to spend yet, so let's see what we can add up here. Maybe I'll give you an extra bit of strength. No, you know what? Constitution. Survivability to me is important. So here are our skills. Each of your character skills has a number associated with it. This is the skill rank and determines how good the character is with that skill. When using a skill to perform an action, the rank is comparable against a difficulty check number. For example, to open a lock with a difficulty check of 15, take your skill rank in security and wisdom and a d20 roll. So yes, this game is actually based on the Dungeons & Dragons d20 system. So the total is 15 or greater, the lock is opened, and hit OK there. I like using Persuade. I like being a persuasive talker in this game, so I'm gonna max that out. Treat Injury essentially allows you to heal wounds better, but it only works with med packs, not necessarily force powers, and we'll get into that later once we get to that point. Computer use I'll increase. I'll also increase repair. What else do I want to increase here? I like being really skill focused, so maybe I'll go with awareness as well, and maybe security. Now I have 4 more points that I can use. I think I'll just go with that setup right now. So, feats. So feats are essentially abilities that a character can use. So like, I can wear light armor, I have a critical strike attack, I have a sniper shot attack, I have proficiency in blaster pistols, rifles, melee weapons, I can do a sneak attack, and I got something called Scoundrel's Luck, which I think is like a bonus to your dodging ability, which is nice. So, what else can I do here? Toughness gives you 1 extra vitality point every time you level up. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna do that actually. I think I'm gonna focus more on weapons. So I'll go with 2 weapon fighting here, and choose OK. Now for a name. What do I want to use? Burning Earth Chris. If I can spell. No, I can't. I can't spell the whole thing. That's okay. I'll just use Chris. That's fine. That's fine by me. And then we'll choose play. And off we go.
been ambushed by a Sith battle fleet. The Endar Spire is under attack. Hurry up, we don't have much time.
Who are you?
I'm Trask Ulgo, ensign with the Republic fleet. I'm your bunkmate here on the Endar Spire. We work opposite shifts. I guess that's why you haven't seen me before. Now hurry up. We have to find Bastila. We have to make sure she makes it off the ship alive.
Okay, who's Bastila?
Bastila is the commanding officer on the Endar Spire. Well, not an officer, really. But she's the one in charge of this mission. One of our primary duties is to guarantee her survival in the event of an enemy attack. You swore an oath just like everyone else on this mission. Now it's time to make good on that oath. I know all about your reputation. How you used to smuggle spice and blasters along the Corellian run. I guess the Republic figured since they couldn't catch you, they might as well hire you. I'll admit, the Republic is in desperate need of someone with your kind of skills. Desperate enough to overlook your shady past. But now that you signed on for this mission, you're part of the Republic fleet. And Bastila needs all troops at her side during this attack.
Alright, let's go help Bastila then.
So hurry up and grab your gear. You need to suit up so we can get out of here.
Okay. The active quest screen includes important information relating to your ongoing adventures. Refer to this journal for hints and guidance throughout the game. Okay. And then every time you get a new quest, it says journal entry added. And, alright, so real quick, you move around using the WASD or by holding the left and right mouse button. You can interact with objects by just clicking on them if they're highlighted. So I just click on that footlocker, so now I got a stealth fuel generator, computer spike, security spike, blaster pistol, short sword, clothing, and med packs. I'll go over all this then, so just get the items. Oh, and I got some small experience point bonus there. That's nice. So, in order to equip your items, you can click on the little blaster icon here, and you can select what goes into what slot here. So, like, clicking on a slot on the equip screen brings up a list of items that you can equip in there. So, choose OK. Clothing. It won't do much, but we'll get other variations of clothing like armor and such later in the game. Weapons we can grab. I'll grab the short sword. I'm going to be a melee character this playthrough. You can use the blaster pistol if you have a blaster focused character. But I'm going to go with the short sword for now. Stealth fuel generator. This works only if you have points in stealth. So choose OK there. What else do we got? Is that it? Alright, and one thing. You cannot equip a blaster pistol if you have a melee weapon already equipped, so do keep that in mind.
Okay, let's move out. We should stick together. You'll have more success with a party than on your own.
Alright, Trask has joined our party. Let's go. This is the party member screen, so in most areas you can use the party selection screen to quickly switch party members in and out as you need them. This is done instantly and without having to return to your base. Characters switched out of your party will wait for you back at your base. Choose continue. Remember, any equipped items will remain on the character, so these items will not show up in your inventory when the character is removed from the party. You will have to add the character to your party again if you want to access their equipped items. Alright, so Trask is the only one that we got in our party right now, so we'll bring him along.
The attack this room is in lockdown, but don't worry, I've got the override codes. You'll have to use me to unlock the door.
Okay. So, in order to switch up your party, you just have to hit the tab button, or you can click their character portrait here.
Yeah?
One thing that they did restore in the restored content patch is that Trask did not have any acknowledging lines, so he wouldn't say anything if you switched over to him. But, they restored that. The lines are a little weird. So.
Now that the door is open, you better take the lead again.
Okay, switching me back to the party leader. You can also use the movement keys S, W, C, and Z to move around the area.
This is KOTOR. The Sith are threatening to overrun our position. We can't hold out long against their firepower. All hands to the bridge!
That was Karth contacting us on our portable communicators. He's one of the Republic's best pilots. He's seen more combat than the rest of the Endar Spire's crew put together. If he says things are bad, you better believe it. We have to get to the bridge to help defend Bastila. There's a map of the Endar Spire and a copy of Karth's message in your electronic journal, just in case we get separated.
Let's move out. Alright, so real quick, if you click this icon up here, this will take you to your active quests journal. So here, this is the only active quest that we have right now, the attack on the Endar Spire. You received a message from KOTOR, a highly respected Republic soldier. He's ordered all hands to the bridge to protect Bastila. So, let's go. There's a little mini-map on the top left corner that you can see where you're going.
No problem.
I just used my security skill to unlock the door there.
These Sith must be the advanced boarding party for the Republic!
The game pauses when you sight an enemy and the selection reticle will show up in red. You can use the mouse to select other hostile targets. The auto-pause option can be disabled on the options screen. You have multiple powers or items in each icon of the action menu. Scroll up or down using the mouse wheel to select the various options, okay? So I've only got 2 types of attacks, the standard attack and the critical strike. I'm gonna go with the critical strike on this guy. And you can add multiple attacks to your queue down here, up to 4. So, do keep that in mind. Pausing the game button... Yeah, pressing the pause button will pause the game. While paused, you can issue commands to your party. Press the pause button again when you want to unpause the game. So yeah, one of the things about this game is that you can pause in mid-combat to issue orders to your other squad mates. So if I switch to Trask here, I can order him to use a power blast on this guy, which is a more powerful attack, essentially. Oh, and if you click down here in the queue, you can also delete whatever attacks are next in the queue. So I'll just replace my standard attack with a power blast, and he'll do that after he's done with his basic attack here. Whenever you spot an enemy, left-click the selected enemy once to enter combat mode. This will lock your camera on your selected target. Left-clicking the target again causes your character to perform default action and attack each round. Your chances of hitting a target are controlled by your statistics and behind-the-scenes combat rolls. Combat is not affected by your aim, your character's movements, or the movements of your target.
Die, Sith scum!
Trask took down one of those Sith soldiers pretty quickly. That was nice. Alright, let's move. Let's explore a little bit. Alright, let's not go that way. This poor droid. What's behind this door? Oh, hi guys. How's it going? Switch over to Trask and I'll have him take the other guy out.
What?
Nice. There we go. So what's in this footlocker? We got a frag grenade, a short sword, a long sword, and a combat suit. Okay. I'll equip the combat suit for now, just to show you guys. Oh, that's right, I'm not out of combat yet. So once my character returns to the standing pose, I can equip armor. So I'll choose the combat suit for right now. And maybe I'll give him the long sword. I'll give Trask the other blaster pistol too, so now he can dual wield them.
Sure.
Alright, I think that's all the things that we're gonna get in here. You can use the mouse on select to select eligible targets. While in combat, only hostiles will be targetable. So you can also use the Q and E keys to switch between whatever you want to target. So I can select this middle box over here and just click on it and run up to it. Ah, got a med pack and some Republic credits. Credits will do just fine. Nice throw, dude. You killed your own friend. That was really good. Nice job, man. Oh, hi, guys. I'm gonna toss a grenade at these guys, see if that does anything. Nice. Okay, I got all 3 of them. Now, what about you? Trask, what are you doing, my dude? Alright, so they're down. Let's search the remains. Oh, got a med pack, that's nice. Another med pack and a frag grenade. Remains over here. More credits. What's in this parts pile? Let's go find out. Oh, poor droid. Rip. Parts. You can use parts to repair damaged droids to help you out. It's another frag grenade, that's nice. Remains. A couple of credits there. Is that everything that's over here? I think so. Alright, let's get that. Let's get the last batch of remains. Alrighty, I think that's all of it. Let's move on. What's behind this door?
It's a Dark Jedi! This fight is too much for us! We better stay back! All we do is get in the way! That was one of the Jedi accompanying Bastila. Damn, we could have used her help!
Rip. I don't know why the game isn't auto-pausing anymore, but that's okay. Who needs pause when we got swords and grenades?
Have to finish this quickly!
Rip those guys. So, let's pick their bones. Adrenal strength, that's a stimulant, and vibration cell, that's a weapon upgrade. You can use stimulants to boost your character's abilities, so like, if we use adrenal strength, we'll be stronger, obviously, for a short period of time. The vibration cell will go over when we upgrade our first item, so... What about this guy? What do you got? Med pack, okay. The bridge is just up ahead, that's nice. More remains, another med pack there. Alright, let's move. Onto the bridge. Hi guys, how's it going? I'll have Trask take down the other guy. Target him.
Yeah? Bastila's not here on the bridge. They must have retreated to the escape pods. We better head that way too. The Sith want Bastila alive, but once she's off the ship, there's nothing stopping them from blasting the Endar Spire into galactic dust.
Okay. So let's pick their bones quick, and then I'll show you guys what happens when we get enough experience points. Alright, so I think that's everything over here. Little backpack. Let's see what's inside. Blaster pistol, okay. There's the planet Terrace that we can see outside in the background. 29 credits, nice. We also have a whole bunch of Sith fighters attacking. Lovely. Lovely scenery there. I mean, it was for 2003, so... Alright, so before we go through this door, we have to level up. So, when you see this little L icon over your character symbol, that means that you can level them up. Now, if you choose auto level up, the computer will select everything for you. I'm gonna go with manual level up, so... Skills... Persuade is really good, awareness, security... Yeah, why not? I'll put more into demolitions and stealth as well. Okay, feats. What'll I choose here? How about flurry? This allows me to make an extra attack at the cost of some defense, so I'll go with that. And I'll choose accept, and we're good to go. Oh, and this is the experience amount that I have. This is what I need in order to level up again, so... What's behind this door?
Something behind here. Damn, another Dark Jedi! I'll try to hold him off. You get to the escape pods. Go!
Rip. If you're a Trekkie and you notice the color of his shirt, then you probably knew from the get-go that he was gonna be, you know... Alright, so we can't go back this way. So we have to proceed forward to the starboard section of the Endar Spire, so let's do that.
This is Cartho Nassi on your personal communicator. I'm tracking your position through the Endar Spire's life support systems. Bastila's escape pod is away. You're the last surviving crew member on the Endar Spire. Now, I can't wait for you much longer. You have to get to the escape pods. But be careful. There's a Sith patrol just down the corridor. Use your stealth skill to sneak past him.
Okay. Alright, so let me show you what stealth mode is. You click this little button here. Now, normally the game gives off this ghosting effect, but I have frame buffer effects disabled, so it won't necessarily show up correctly here, so for that I do apologize. Alright, let's do this door. No, they still don't see me. I'm John Cena. Let's see. Let's test out my flurry skill on this guy. Hey, buddy. Sometimes you have to move around manually in order to proceed forward with combat.
Be careful. There's a whole squad of Sith troopers on the other side of that door. You need to find some way to thin their numbers. You could reprogram the damaged assault droid to help you, if you have enough repair parts. Or you could use computer spikes to slice into the terminal and use the Endar Spire's security systems against the Sith.
What do they got? 7 credits? Not bad. Okay, what's in the footlocker? Okay, 5 computer spikes and 7 parts. So I'll go over what you do with each of these here. So here's a combat droid. So some droids in the game are disabled or damaged and can be repaired by the player. Fixing a droid in this manner requires repair parts. More complicated repairs require more repair parts and more repair skill. The number of repair parts required varies depending on the repair skill of the character working on the droid. So we'll reactivate this guy. Now I'll activate his shield so that he can take a bit more punishment, and then we'll engage him in patrol mode. And then once you engage a droid in patrol mode, he'll go off on his own and you can't do anything else with him. So now Karth said, or I could use the computer system, but I'm gonna do both. So go to the security panel over here, view the starport transport module. Computer use is pretty much the same thing as repair, so I'm gonna overload that power conduit. That didn't really do anything because those Sith troopers were already dead while I was explaining everything. But that's pretty much the long and short of it. Computer and repair, they have the same interface, but they will vary depending on your skill. So, all right, we got Ion Blaster and a prototype Vibroblade. I'm gonna equip that prototype Vibroblade. Choose OK. Now, did I equip 2 weapon fighting? Oh, here's the party inventory. So this is all the items that are not equipped by any of your party members. And here's the character's skills and feats. So, computer use, demolition, stealth, awareness. Your skills can also be modified based on what equipment you might have, or however many points you have in one of your attributes. So, for example, I have a +3 in intelligence, and that also increases my computer use skill to a total of 5. So that's pretty nice. Here's the messages. You can scroll up and down here if you want to see what anybody has said, up to a point. I'm not quite sure how far back that goes, but it is limited. Let me check my feats. This page lists my feats, and I do have 2 weapon fighting, so I'm also going to equip him with the short sword. There you go, looking good, Chris. Here's our patrol droid. Alright, what's behind this door?
Just in time. There's only 1 active escape pod left. Come on, we can hide out on the planet below.
Who are you?
I'm a soldier with the Republic, like you. We're the last 2 crew members left in the Endar Spire. Basila's escape pod's already gone, so there's no reason for us to stick around here and get shot by the Sith. Now, come on, there'll be time for questions later.
Okay. Can I access this computer panel? I don't think so. Okay, here's the escape pod. This is the escape pod and your only hope of survival. I'm gonna step away from the escape pod and I'm gonna die with the ship. No, I'm kidding, I'm gonna use it.
Whoa, hold on. Don't try and get up yet. You were smashed up pretty bad when we crash-landed here on Terrace. Don't worry, we should be safe here in this apartment. I gave you something to help you sleep. Just get some rest and let the KOTOR packs do their job. Good to see you up instead of thrashing about in your sleep. You must have been having one hell of a nightmare. I was wondering if you were ever going to wake up. I'm Karth, one of the Republic soldiers from the Endar Spire. I was with you in the escape pod. Do you remember?
Right. I'm Chris, by the way. How do we get here?
We've been slipping in and out of consciousness for a couple of days now, so I imagine you're pretty confused about things. But try not to worry. We're safe. At least for the moment. We're in an abandoned apartment on the planet of Terrace. We were banged up pretty bad when our escape pod crashed, but luckily I wasn't seriously hurt. I was able to drag you away from our crash site and all the confusion, and I stumbled into this abandoned apartment. By the time the Sith arrived on the scene, we were long gone.
Well, I guess I owe you my life. Thanks.
You don't have to thank me. I've never abandoned anyone on a mission, and I'm not about to start now. Besides, I'm gonna need your help. Terrace is under Sith control. Their fleet is orbiting the planet, they've declared martial law, and they've imposed a planet-wide quarantine. But I've been in worse spots. I saw on your service records that you understand a remarkable number of alien languages. That's pretty rare in a raw recruit, but it should come in handy while we're stranded on a foreign world. There is no way the Republic will be able to get anyone through the Sith blockade to help us. If we're gonna find Bastila and get off this planet, we can't rely on anybody but ourselves.
Why is it so important to find Bastila?
That smack to your head did more damage than I thought. Bastila's a Jedi. She was with the strike team that killed Darth Revan, Malak's Sith master. Bastila's the key to the whole Republic war effort. The Sith must have found out that she was on the Endar Spire and set an ambush for us in this system. I believe Bastila was on one of the escape pods that crashed down here in Terrace. For the sake of the Republic war effort, we have to try and find her.
But how can one person, even a Jedi, be so important?
Bastila is no ordinary Jedi. She has a rare gift the Jedi call battle meditation. Bastila's power can influence entire armies. Through the Force, Bastila can inspire her allies with confidence and make her enemies lose their will to fight. Often that's all it takes to tip the balance in a battle. Of course there are limits to what she can do, but from what I understand of her ability, it requires great concentration and focus to maintain her battle meditation. The attack on the Endar Spire happened so fast, she never had a chance to use her battle meditation. Like us, she barely got out alive.
That makes sense. So, what do you suggest we do next?
Bastila's gonna need our help. Many of Darth Malak's followers can use the dark side of the Force, and the Sith have already killed more than their share of Jedi in this war. Nobody will be looking for a couple of common soldiers like us, and if we're careful, we can move about the planet without attracting notice, a luxury Bastila won't have. She's gonna have half the Sith fleet looking for her. They know how important she is to the war effort. The whole planet is under quarantine. No ships can land or take off. So, if Bastila's gonna escape Terrace, she's gonna need our help, and we'll probably need hers.
Alright, any idea where we should start looking for?
While you were out, I did some scouting around. There are reports of a couple of escape pods crashing down into the Undercity. It's probably a good place to start. But the Undercity's a dangerous place. We don't want to go there unprepared, and it won't do Bastila any good if we go and get ourselves killed.
I want to ask you some questions first, Karth.
I'll tell you whatever I can, though I don't know how much help it'll be.
What do you know about Malak and the Sith? I might as well show you guys this too, because I don't know how many of you are familiar with this game, but this is it does give us a bit of background history too. So, what do you know about Malak and the Sith?
Everything I know about Malak is pretty much common knowledge. He escaped the trap that killed Darth Revan, his Sith master. With Revan's death, Malak became the new Dark Lord. It's obvious that Malak's a ruthless tyrant who'll crush anyone who stands in his way, just like Revan was. Experience has shown that the Sith won't stop until the Republic lies in ruins. Malak and his Sith don't respect anything except raw, brutal power. It's hard to imagine how someone who used to be a Jedi could become such a monster.
A Jedi? What do you mean?
Malak and Revan were once both part of the Jedi Order, but they were young and headstrong, and against the wishes of the Council, they went to battle the Mandalorians on the Outer Rim. something happened out there. Something corrupted them and drew them over to the dark side. Or maybe there was something rotten inside them all along. I don't know. They formed an army of ex-Republic soldiers and Jedi who'd fallen to the dark side, with Revan at their head, until Revan was killed by Bastila's Jedi strike team. But even that didn't slow the Sith down. Malak just stepped in and assumed Revan's role. He took control of the Sith Armada and resumed the bloody conquest of the Outer Worlds.
Don't worry, we'll find a way to stop the Sith.
Well, I hope you're right. But the Republic hasn't been able to stop them so far, even with the support of the Jedi Council. I think Bastila may be the galaxy's last hope.
What can you tell me about the planet we're on?
Taris was once a magnificent planet-wide metropolis of towering skyscrapers. That was a long time ago. The upper city where the rich citizens live is still pretty safe. If it wasn't for the Sith occupation and the planet-wide quarantine, it might not even be a bad place to live. But farther down, things have degenerated. The lower city is nothing but a slum overrun by swoop bike gangs, waging a never-ending war for control. And the undercity is even worse. The lowest level of Taris is a wasteland overrun by rat-ghouls, mindless, diseased mutants that attack on sight. I've already entered all this info into your datapad journal.
Thanks. Well, if we're going to be working together, I might as well ask some questions about you, Garth.
I understand why you want to know more about me. I kind of get the feeling we'll be spending a lot of time together over the next while. But this isn't really the best time for long introductions. We should stay focused on the task at hand. There'll be a time for that later.
Alright then, the sooner we can start looking for Bastila, the sooner we can find her. Let's go.
Good idea. We can use this abandoned apartment as a base. We can probably get some equipment and supplies here in the upper city. Just remember to keep a low profile. I've heard some grim stories about the Dark Jedi interrogation techniques. They say the Force can do terrible things to a mind. It can wipe away your memories and destroy your very identity. But I figure if we don't do anything stupid, we should be okay. I mean, after all, they're looking for Bastila, not a couple of grunts like us. All right, soldier, let's move out.
Alright, journal entry added. So what do we got? Search for Bastila. You are stranded on Taris. Now me and Karth have to find Bastila, the only person capable of stopping the Sith from conquering the galaxy. Taris is a sharply divided world. The rich live in the upper city while the lower city is run by swoop gangs. The lowest levels of Taris are overrun by terrible monsters called rat ghouls, and to make matters worse, the Sith has seized control and imposed planet-wide quarantine. But don't worry, we're gonna get through all this, starting with the next episode. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next episode of Let's Play Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I'll see you later. I'm Burning Earth Chris. Take care. If you like this video, consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/burningearthvfx. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and be sure to follow us on Facebook for more exciting updates. And as always, thanks for watching.